It's Wednesday, so that means another patch for Horizon Forbidden West, fixing some issues for collectibles and trophies. We also got other tweaks and fixes, plus secret changes for legendary armor sets that in some cases make them better, but also worse. So a ton to go over. Of course, if you enjoy the Horizon content, then leaving a like on the video would really help me out, and let's go. But first, the sponsor of this video, the amazing BenQ Mobius EX3210U that I've been using for quite some time now. And it's really a dream come true for someone who used these screens for editing videos, thanks to the amazing quality, super small bezels, but I also used a lot for gaming, like when I stream or record things. This is the screen I'm looking at. 4K UHD HDRI 144Hz refresh rate. So yes, with my PS5 or Xbox Series X, I can hook up an HDMI 2.0 cable. There's brilliant cable management, by the way. And then I can get 120 frames per second in games like Doom Eternal, for example. But really, every game looks stunning on this screen, like Horizon Forbidden West shines even more. And you also have special modes for a ton of different genres, including racing games that make Gran Turismo 7 look even better. The screen is agile, so you can easily move it around. It's very easy to control thanks to a remote. Like, I've been using BenQ screens for a long time now, as you might know, and this is really the best one yet. So totally check the special link in the video description for way more information about this beautiful monitor. I want to thank BenQ for sponsoring the video, and now let's get back into it. There are of course no story spoilers whatsoever in this video, but this one is interesting. If you namely did not scan the final boss in the game, you would not be able to get the all machine types scanned trophy. Well, they fixed that, and if that was the only thing you still needed for the platinum, then upon installing this patch, you will get the platinum notification. And we see that here in footage from Nick from IGN Benelux, who was kind enough to share the footage with me. Now, I also think that this is new. There's namely a regular Spectre now over here on the map at the research lab, which you can scan for if you missed that particular machine. But the moment you loot it, it cannot be scanned anymore, so be careful with that. Now, when I personally booted up the game, I immediately got a data point, and Gorilla noted in the patch notes that several data points that are located in areas that players could not return to are now automatically unlocked upon the player leaving that space. So they're overall making sure that none of the collectibles are missable, which is great. They also fixed the fire gleam icons when you've already interacted with them. For me, the one I showed you in my previous videos is now gone, which is nice. And several issues should also be fixed for both the fire gleam and metal flowers icons not being displayed on the map. Now, of course, if you find changes with the update or things that are not working properly, let us know in the comments down below. We recently had comments about how Aloy would not be wet after being in the water. Well, they now fixed it with this patch. At least when we tried it out, it did work. And as you maybe already know, there are certain music tracks linked to fighting specific machines, but there were issues where some music would like get stuck and repeat over and over again. This should now also be fixed. And if you were playing with the motion aiming feature, which you can turn on in the control sections, then they now made it easier to tag individual components of the machine when using this feature. Now, we haven't really used this feature before, but we did notice that when tagging the machine, the cursor would now stick onto it, making it easier to go through the different parts. But of course, if you play like this all the time, let us know in the comments down below if you noticed something else. They also mention improvements to the NPC's movements and animations in settlements, which you might notice when walking around. And they mention that when picking up potions or tools that do not fit in your tool belt anymore, they're now moved to the stash, which I think was already the case. And after the update, you still cannot like craft beyond the amount of potions you can currently carry, or buy more potions than you can carry in your potion pouch. Also interesting is that they note several balancing changes to weapons and enemies. I looked at weapons before and after the update, did not notice any changes. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But I did notice changes for resistances for 5 of the 6 legendary armors. They, for example, increased the range resistance from 55 to 60 and the frost resistance from 53 to 56 for the Tenakt Tactician legendary armor you can, by the way, buy at Thornmarsh. So they made that one a bit better, but you will only notice it after upgrading it at the workbench. While the Utaru Winterweave you can also get at Thornmarsh got the frost resistance decreased at level 3 from 47 to 45. So might again also be different when fully upgraded. And the melee resistance went up with 1 from 43 to 44. We got no changes for the Nora Thunder Warrior, while we do have a nerf for the Karja Stalker Trapper outfit you can also get at the arena, with the range resistance going from 35 to 30 and also the plasma going from 35 to 30. Now the worst, the legendary armor, the Vanquisher, got the most changes, as you see right here, also decreasing the purge water resistance. And they also nerfed the legendary warrior armor from the salvage contracts with 10 less melee resistance, and the shock has also been slightly decreased. So it's totally interesting that they are tweaking the best armor sets in the game, maybe for future content. Well, in an IGN spoiler cast with Guerrilla Narrative Director Ben McCaw and a senior writer Annie Catane, they totally hinted at more stuff to come.
It's a coming of age story. Aloy's only what, 20, 21? There's more to go. There's more to go, and there's more evolution there, a lot more, I think.
And yeah, that's a huge focus for this story, and that was the chapter of her growth that we wanted to tell. But as Ben said, it's an ongoing story. It's an ongoing growth for her.
So yeah, you would think that we get some extra content for Forbidden West first before we move on to a potential third game, right? Of course, when we know more, I will let you know here, so totally subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's take a look at some awesome photos you can send us. You can use the JorRaptor hashtag on Twitter, or you can go to our dedicated picture channel on our Discord, and I will leave a link to the Discord in the video description. Okay, now Joyce, your turn, photo mode expert here on the channel. You of course selected your top 3 of awesome pictures, so let's go over them.
Yes, thank you, Jor. First up, we've got City Gaming over on Twitter, where Aloy is sliding while aiming towards a machine. Love the composition of this action shot here with the dust of the sand behind Aloy. Moving on to Denim Guy over on Discord, where Aloy is fighting an apex slaughter spine on the beach. It's ready to strike with the glowing purple lighting and Aloy aiming from the side. Love it a lot. But my favorite of the 3 is from Pat Fury, who took this shot in Meridian early in the game and positioned Aloy on her own statue. Must have taken a while to aim right, because I don't think you can climb on the statue. Never tried it myself, but complete with Aloy's approving smile, it creates this lovely portrait.
Yeah, I really hope we can also go back at one point, because when you would open the map, you actually saw more of the Zero Dawn world. So maybe something for in the future, of course. Again, we'll keep you up to date here. Thanks, Joyce, and speak to you soon. Goodbye.